A video to the channel? Today, we diving deep into a topic that a lot of you have been asking about. What does it really cost to own a Kawasaki ZX6R for a full year? I've had mine for just over 12 months now, and I've tracked every single penny. So, if you're thinking about buying one of these incredible super sport machines, this video is for you. We're going to break down everything from the initial purchase price to insurance, maintenance, modifications, and even the fuel costs. First things first, let's talk about the big one, the purchase price. Now, this is going to vary wildly depending on where you are in the world. Whether you buy new or used, find Premier Beau ZX6R. The sticker price, or MSRP, was around $13,000 here in the US. But remember, that's just the starting point. You've also got to factor in dealership fees, freight and prep charges, and of course, sales tax. For me, all those extras added about another $2,000, bringing my out-the-door price to right around $15,000. If you're looking at a used model, say a few years old with low mileage, you could probably find one for between $9,000 and $11,000, which is a great way to save a significant chunk of cash right off the bat. Just be sure to get a thorough pre-purchase inspection done. Now, let's move on to the second biggest expense, and one that never goes away, insurance. This is another cost that is incredibly personal. It depends on your age, your driving record, where you live, the coverage you choose, and even your credit score in some places. I'm in my late 20s with a clean driving record, living in a suburban area. I opted for full coverage, that is comprehensive and collision, because the bike is new and financed. You definitely don't want to be on the hook for the full cost if something happens. My annual premium came out to about $1,800, which breaks down to $150 a month. For a younger rider, say under 25, or someone living in a dense city, this cost could easily be double, maybe even triple. On the flip side, if you're an older, more experienced rider with a multi-vehicle policy, you might pay less than $1,000 a year. My advice, shop around. Get quotes from at least 3 or 4 different insurance companies before you buy the bike. It can save you a fortune. Okay, so we've bought the bike, we've insured it. Now, we have to maintain it to keep it running like a dream. This is where the costs can start to creep up if you're not careful. The first service, the break-in service, is crucial. It's usually due at around 600 miles or 1,000 kilometers. This involves an oil and filter change, checking and adjusting the chain, and a full inspection of all the critical nuts and bolts. I had the dealership do mine just for peace of mind and to keep the warranty intact. That service cost me about $350. If you're mechanically inclined, you could do this yourself for the cost of oil, a filter, and some basic tools, probably saving you around $200. After the initial service, you have your regular maintenance intervals. For the ZX6R, Kawasaki recommends an oil change every 7,500 miles, or annually, whichever comes first. Since I rode about 8,000 miles in my first year, I did one more oil change myself. A good quality synthetic oil and a K&N filter cost me about $70. I also had to clean and lube the chain every 500 miles or so. A can of chain cleaner and a can of lube will run you about $30 and will last you most of the year. So, for basic oil and chain care after the first service, I spent about $100, not too bad at all. But wait, there's more. The biggest maintenance expense in the first year for most sport bike riders is tires. The stock tires that come on the ZX6R are pretty good, but they are soft compound, designed for grip. They don't last very long, especially if you're riding aggressively. My rear tire was completely toast by about 4,500 miles. The front tire could have gone a bit longer, but I prefer to change them as a set to keep the handling characteristics consistent. A new set of high-quality sport tires. Something like Michelin Power 5 South or Pirelli Diablo Rosso 4s will cost you between $400 and $500 for the set. Then you have to pay for mounting and balancing, which can be another $100 to $150, depending on the shop. So, budget around $600 for a new set of tires within your first year of ownership. I spent $620 on mine, all in. Let's not forget about fuel. The ZX6R is surprisingly decent on gas for what it is, but it does require premium fuel, which is more expensive. I averaged about 40 miles per gallon, or about 5.9 liters per 100 kilometers. With the 8,000 miles I rode and the average price of premium gas in my area over the last year, I calculated that I spent roughly $900 on fuel. Your mileage will definitely vary here. If you're doing a lot of city riding or spending all your time in the upper rev range, your fuel economy will drop and your costs will go up. If you have a longer highway commute, you might do even better than I did. And now we get to the fun part, modifications. Let's be honest, almost nobody leaves a bike like this completely stock. It's a black hole for your wallet if you're not careful. For me, the first thing that had to go was the stock exhaust. It's just too quiet. I went with a slip-on exhaust, which cost me about $500. It sounds amazing and saves a little bit of weight. Next up were frame sliders. These are an absolute must-have in my opinion. They can save you thousands of dollars in fairing damage from a simple tip-over. A good set cost me about $180. I also added a tail, tidy to clean up the back end, which was about $150, and a tank pad to protect the paint, which was another $30. So, my total for first-year mods came to $860, and trust me, I was being conservative. You could easily spend thousands on a full-system exhaust, a power commander, rear sets, new levers, and cosmetic bits. It all depends on your personal taste and your budget. So, let's add it all up. For my specific situation, here's the grand total for 1 year of ZX6R ownership, not including the purchase price of the bike itself. We have $1,800 for insurance, $350 for the first service, $100 for subsequent maintenance, $624 tires, $900 for fuel, and $860 for mods. That brings the grand total running cost for my first year to $4,630. That's about $385 per month, on top of any bike payment you might have. So, is the Kawasaki ZX6R an expensive bike to own? Well, yes and no. Compared to a small commuter bike, it's definitely a significant financial commitment. The insurance, tires, and initial service are the big-ticket items. However, compared to other 600cc supersports, its running costs are very competitive. The engine is known for its reliability, and parts are readily available. You can definitely save money by doing your own maintenance, shopping around for insurance, and being smart about your modifications. The key is to go into it with your eyes open and have a realistic budget. Don't just plan for the monthly payment. Plan for all the other costs that come with owning a high-performance machine. Despite the cost, I can honestly say that every single penny was worth it. The experience of riding this bike is just phenomenal. The sound, the power, the handling, it's an absolute thrill every time you swing a leg over it. It has been a reliable, exciting, and incredibly rewarding motorcycle to own for the past year. I hope this detailed breakdown gives you a much clearer picture of what to expect financially. Of course, your costs will be different, but this should serve as a solid baseline. If you have a ZX6R, I'd love to hear about your ownership costs in the comments below. Let us know where you're from and what you're paying. It's always helpful for the community to see a wider range of data. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss anything. Ride safe, and I'll see you in the next one.